Okay, we are back with another episode of Tales of the Valiant here with our Valiant Tribe. And as we left off last time, we were just starting round 5 of this very, very intense combat. Now, if anyone is paying attention, they'll have noticed that the character tokens for our monsters, our bandits here, have changed. I've been having some fun with stuff and decided to update the artwork a little bit because I wasn't too much of a fan of the way the other painted figures looked. But anyways, so how's everyone feeling about this combat?
Well,
Someone
we'll
needs to
survive.
Not all of us, but yeah.
Look, we just have to act strategically, and we'll figure this out.
So
We first.
what's the likelihood that everyone will be rolling new characters? What do you think? Because I heard there was a potential for TPK.
I'm looking forward to it.
I
Can't wait
I
to roll a
thought
new
we have
human
a
fighter.
good chance.
I probably could go
No.
get away.
It's been a while since you've played a human fighter, Mike. Must be like the addiction withdrawals must be getting to you.
Chomping at the bit here.
Like I said, we just have to slowly focus by each combatant.
It's true. We'll have to
So,
see.
assassin, brute, mage, then the forgettable archer, who once again been doing the least out of the bandits. You know, except for the one who died the first round.
Well, speaking of the battle so far, let's jump back into this and see what is up with our buddy here, Zorak. So Zorak, you make your way out of the mountains outside of Holgig. You know, you find your way to the out of the grotto, the mushroom grotto where you were last at. You speak with Enoch, and he points you up and out, thanks you for your service, and then moves you on to the back to Holgig, going out that way. And you make your way to Holgig here. I'm gonna bring this scene back up so you can see, you know, like the outskirts of Holgig. And as you're moving into the town of Holgig, you see that there is a youngish human female with red hair and a big backpack with the wingnut there, or what was it, wingnut? The companion that you was
That's
wingnut
someone.
was flying around next to this redheaded woman here, and you also see the druid that you had spoken with previously to that runs the town here. And let me get their names here because I am drawing a blank on Merwick. There we go.
That was Shelby.
Say again?
That was Shelby.
Yes. Shelby the dog, and Shelby notices you first, obviously being a dog, as you get back into town, and it is now closer to, getting closer to noon as the day is moving on here. Shelby barks a couple times, comes running to you, Zorak, as you come out of the caverns and you make your way into town, and then Merwick and this redheaded woman encounter you and say, "Oh, you must be part of the group that just came through. Another one of the team members there, I believe." And Merwick pipes up. He's like, "Ah, yes, Zorak. It is a pleasure to see that you've made it out, alive and intact. How is everything going? And it's good to see you. If you're anxious to get back to your party, I'm sure they aren't too terribly far from here. They may have been heading south. If you'd like to catch up with them."
I think that will be a good idea.
My God.
I'm gonna have to ask you to say that one again.
The first time I'm hearing his voice.
I need to remember how to use the rock voice. Forgive me. oh God. How was it?
That's the first time flame out at Zorok. I think.
Yeah, this is the first time I'm playing with him.
It's not so wrong.
There you go. That sounds more like it.
They're not dead so far without me.
Well, that's good to hear. And I'm sure, if you'd like to catch up with them, they've only spent maybe a little bit of time heading south. That's the way they came in, anyways. I know you may have come a slightly different way, but I'm not sure if you're heading back to where you came or if you want to meet up with the group.
Might as well spend a little more time with them before coming back to the father and mother.
Okay, excellent. That is good to hear. And Kailana pipes up, and she's looking at you as you speak with Merwick, and she goes, it's great to hear that you have been working with the group, with Zix and them. I did promise that, I would be giving them all some money here, so she comes over to you and hands you a small satchel of 50 gold coins to pay for, one, finding Wignut, and also to help with Holgig's issues here. And she goes, this is also something else I forgot to give them. And she hands a couple rods to you. These are at least two sets of immovable rods, she says. These were some extra loot that I meant to, rewards for, helping the town of Holgig here and Enoch and whatnot. So make sure that they get these, keep them with you, and hopefully you have some safe travels on your way. So, if you have nothing else to do in town, or if there's anything else you'd like to do, they basically point you to the south of...
I think not. Besides petting the dog, Zorak will make his way towards where his group is to see if they're alright so far.
Okay. So, heading out of town, this scene here that I've shown you with like this little blacksmith building is basically what you see heading south out of here. And you follow the path, well-traveled path south from Holgig. Some time passes, and eventually you come to this next scene here. As you're coming to this crossroads scene, you start to hear the sounds of battle. And you can hear yelling and magic being cast and swords and mauls hitting armor and cries of pain, which you come to realize real fast that some group of people are currently in battle.
For the Lord of Flames, I leave them for 10 seconds and they're already dying.
Yes, and as you come into the battle here, you see straight ahead, your group that you've come to know over the last 4 to 5 days or so is in the midst of battle with what appear to be a bunch of humanoids, maybe of the bandit persuasion here. And why don't you go ahead and give me a initiative roll as we jump back into combat here.
Not so bad. What are those dices and why should I be scared?
What happened?
There was an
I am dying.
two dices rolled, so
Yes. So, some extra dice were rolled on my end for various reasons. And
No, GM shouldn't be rolling dice. That's illegal.
that's when things go bad. Alright, so the top of round 5, as Zorak, you come in and see this. The mage himself puts his hand, hand to his mouth and puts out this whistle, like a quick high-pitched whistle, and out of the bushes comes 2 more bandits. So let me go ahead and show you this fellow here. These guys on hidden, and a couple more bandits come running up to come help with the brawl here. And the mage is like, "Come on, boys! We gotta finish off this group here and get their monies and loot. We gotta report back to the boss." And sure enough, the one bandit's like, "Yeah, all right, buddy. Come on, we're coming in here. Hold on." And the one bandit comes rushing in. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So that would be 1 movement there, and another 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So 2 movements to come rushing in. That is the terrified bandit brawler's turn. And then Zorak, you're up with the happy bandit brute on deck.
Give me a minute because my window decided to not work.
Oh no.
And right now I'm seeing the spinning blue wheel of death.
Oh.
Oh no, that's even worse.
Technical difficulties.
Don't worry, we can cover up by banter.
Mhm.
Okay, so it's my turn from what I understood previously.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. Let's see.
Okay, there's the next one.
Nope, not here. Do not go back. I will move. Oh dear.
Yeah, for some reason,
1, 2.
the movement doesn't seem to work on the first move. It's really strange. So I'm giving you the marker here. I don't know if you can see my ruler, but I'm showing you where 60 feet gets you for a move and a dash.
I am coming, guys. Don't die.
Yes, Terex, you can hear coming from behind you the alligator gurgles of Zorak coming up from behind.
Well, here comes the pain train.
Let's hope. All right, so up next, since Zorak had a move and the dash action, anything else? Anything you can do for a bonus action, Zorak? Are you good?
Let's see. What the hell, why not? Let's scare them all and go big.
Oh.
Using Giant Might.
So, Zorak uses the bonus action, so go ahead and click that off your character sheet somewhere so we can see it in the chat window here. But because you are a Rune Knight, you are getting the Giant Might and growing in size. Yeah, there we go. Zorak has grown to a large, large category size. And she's like,
Here comes the big beating.
what is that?
Yep,
The whole Enoch Chuck. Shwa, shwa, shwa. And Zorak all of a sudden becomes this massive alligator from behind.
So you're saying he's turned into Leatherhead from the Ninja Turtles?
Sure.
Basically, yes.
I like it. All right, so
And that will be all for me.
perfect. So that is Zorak's turn. Next we have the Happy Bandit Brute, followed by the Loving Bandit Assassin. And the Happy Bandit Brute is going to continue his assault on Haggett, turn, and go in for the attack. Now I just got to remind myself here. Yes, they do have a multi-attack. No need for Frightful Presence. And sure, he's going to go ahead and target Haggett here, who is on dodge. So I have disadvantage on the attacks. Alright, so large mace disadvantage. And that's going to be a base 2 to hit, which is going to be a miss for the first attack. Followed by the second attack, which is going to be a base 5 and another miss with a totals of 6 and 9 for those two maces as you are on dodge there, Haggett. And the bandit just kind of the brute there just kind of chuckles at you. And then he's like, yeah, the other one's a little tough to hit right now. And goes on.
You just have poor aim.
Mm-hmm. Next is the Loving Bandit Assassin, who is going to, let's see here, shift over to the side and target Zix with a couple of its attacks, and you just hear like a couple murmurs to itself as the bandit goes into attack you, Zix. Alright, so let's see. Multi-attack. So we get the short sword first. Oh, that was almost a natural 20. But we rolled an 8 for a
That's a miss.
yeah, total of 13, which is indeed a miss, followed by the dagger. And that's going to be a base 7 for a total of 12 and another miss. And you just hear like a quick curse, a low curse from the bandit assassin as they finish up their turn. Terex, you are up, but with Zix on deck.
I'm gonna move down and I'm gonna get a line of sight on the Loving Bandit Assassin so I can take a shot at her.
Okay.
Fire my short bow.
Ooh, base 13 for a total of 19. What do you think? Is that
I'm gonna keep that.
all right? And that is indeed a hit. Go ahead and roll damage. Base 4 for a total of 8 points of damage. All right. Is there?
And Relentless Pursuit and Mystic Mark as well.
Yes. Go ahead and roll those as well. Okay. Relentless Pursuit. That will deal what, an extra D4, I believe.
Yep, and so will Mystic Mark.
All right. So go ahead and roll those out. Oh, max damage. Oh man.
Nice.
All right, 8 points of damage to the assassin, and the assassin has been defeated.
It was my last 10 feet
Okay.
of movement. I'm going to move back north a bit.
Okay. Things may be turning around for our group here after all. So that's movement, bonus action, and action. Moving on to Zix with the marksman on deck, and Haggett on deck. Go ahead and take your turn, Zix.
Yeah, I'm still frightened, so I cannot move closer to the brute.
True. Speaking of which,
And unless I wanna have my crossbow drawn, I would need. I cannot attack them. But I think I have another idea that might be fun.
okay.
So I'm gonna move here. I'm gonna try to attack the marksman,
All right.
and I'm gonna try to disarm them.
Oh, okay.
I roll at disadvantage because I still see the guy.
Yeah, I believe so. Oof.
No!
Yeah, that's going to be a total of a 6, but you do get yourself a luck point for that.
Anyway, since I'm close to the marksman, they probably would focus on me rather than the other guys.
True. All right, so that's it for Zix.
Yeah.
All right. Next we have the marksman, the bandit marksman, followed by Haggett, and then the bandit mage. All right, so the marksman here is going to. Let's see here. What are we gonna do? My cat is messing with my mic stand here. Keeps rubbing on it. All right, I have two options. What do I want to do? Well, she's going to keep her short bow in her one hand and draw out her dagger. And she's going to go in to attack you, Zix, since you've confronted her with a couple dagger attacks. So dagger attack number 1 is going to be a base 10, total 14 to hit, which definitely misses. And then dagger attack number 2. Oh, base
That's
8.
it.
Yeah, base 18 for a total of 22 does hit. All right. All right, and that's going to be damage. Not much. 5 points of damage to you, Zix. And that's the marksman's turn. Haggett, you are up, followed by the mage and then the unsure bandit brawler.
Okay. I'm just sensing a feel that bandit brawler in front of the mage could either flank Harriet or go after Gorn, and the maze is also a problem. So, first, let's cast a second level healing wounds. That's the bonus action one, I believe. Let me just double check.
Yeah, healing word is the bonus action one.
Okay,
If that's what you were saying.
yes. That's it. And my last second level spell.
All right, who's getting the spell?
Harriet.
Oh, you're healing yourself? Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
For 8. Then she's gonna take the dodge action. Then
Are you moving or
she's gonna
staying put?
trigger.
I'm sorry, say what did you say? I interrupted.
Oh, she's gonna trigger an attack opportunity from the Happy Bandit route.
Okay. Give me a a second here while he comes and swings again with the mace at disadvantage. And that's going to be a 14 to hit.
That's gonna be a miss.
All right. You are free to move.
He's gonna move closer to the maze just to threaten him, and hopefully he'll focus on her instead of the party. And she's just trying to draw aggro to herself, and that will be the end of my turn.
Okay. All right, seeing as you are coming a little bit closer, the bandit mage is going to take a few steps back, and sure enough, will target you as you have become threatening. He's like, "Oh, no, you don't. Little one there, I see where you are." And goes in for a arcane stab at you at disadvantage because you are on dodge. Oh, and that
Not one.
That's
You
a-
love to see it.
womp womp. That's a big fail. But then also goes in with an arcane burst at you as well.
Okay. So I mean that dex save.
Yes, let me see here. All right, so deck save is in the chat window.
I see a roll request, but not a button.
Oh, I'm sorry. Let me see here. Yeah, roll request. Go ahead and click that.
Oh, I'm tapping it. Nothing's happening.
Oh, strange.
There's usually a button that goes with it.
Yeah, I think the wrong macro.
Nah, maybe something got updated weirdly. Go ahead and roll a deck save for me, please.
Alright. And dexterity. Public, normal. Oof, that's a 6. So
Don't you have advantage because you're dodging?
no, not for the saves.
Right. All right, so that is going to be a fail. So we'll go ahead and roll damage. And that's going to be
6 points.
6 points. And that is the arcane, or the mage's turn. Up next we have the Unsure Bandit Brawler with Gorn on deck. So this guy's going to rush out from the woods as well. Let's see here. Okay, so this other Bandit Brawler comes rushing up. Kind of look like twins here, a couple dwarves or maybe, or what have you. Some small burly looking dudes, nothing to the level of the brutes. But yeah, so these guys come rushing up. That's their turn, and then we have Gorn to end round 5.
Well, let's see. It's quite the little mess here. I'm going to use my second and final spell slot.
Oh, going big. Ooh, sleep. Okay. Go ahead and place that template. Let me know who you are sleeping. Oh, look at that.
Perfect.
Perfect.
Wow, that
The
is
perfect template.
Well, let's hope I roll higher.
Not bad, not bad.
So it starts with the creature with the lowest current hit points.
Okay. So that will be...
Probably the maids.
No, surprisingly not. Actually, it's the brawler. So the brawler closest to you just passes out. Let's see here. I know there is a... There's got to be a...
And then you subtract from that amount.
Yep.
So whatever their hit points is, you'll minus from the 29 and then move on to the next, and so on and so forth.
Yep. You got 1. Unfortunately, that's it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was kind of like a middle roll for your average there for your sleep, but unfortunately, the 2 bandit brawlers that came rushing in are very fresh.
At least they have to use an action to wake him up.
Yeah, or if he gets it.
Oh, it's just... Yeah, they can just shake him up. But one combatant is out of the fight for now.
Well, in any event, yes, the brawler goes in similar to that idea and comes charging, and he's like, and just kind of falls asleep standing. So he's standing there, and he's just kind of swaying with his eyes closed, and like a battle axe in one hand and a mug of ale in the other, and just kind of falls asleep. All right.
They were drinking while hiding behind those bushes?
Of course. All right, so Gorn goes ahead and moves behind the wall. Any bonus actions for Gorn?
No bonus actions.
Okay.
I do not have anything to use a bonus action with.
All right. So that is the end of round 5. Back to the top of round 6. Our terrified bandit brawler is asleep. Zorak, you are up with the happy bandit brute on deck.
If you could
Well,
do some damage.
Zorok is still running.
60 feet would get you all the way to here. And it's just a doom, doom, doom. Massive Zorak.
Yeah, but he shrinks himself down and then fills up his space, right? So he'd be able to take one space more, right?
yeah, we're gonna play.
Oh no, he's large now, so he's got a 10-foot attack reach, so he can hit the brute.
That's what I would say. Yeah, for sure. Definitely, I would allow that.
I know that's the thing in Pathfinder, not certain here.
Yeah,
That depends on
large
the
creatures' base melee attack range is 10 feet.
Still, I used my action to dash, so
Oh, right.
Yeah, but if the bandit moves now, you can reaction.
yeah, that's
true.
true.
All right. Well, in any event, if we have issues with the attacks here, we'll get it close enough so you can attack. But yes, I would definitely allow a 10-foot attack reach because you've grown in size.
Yeah, big beefy crocodile. But because of the dash, well, I cannot do anything more for now.
Okay. With that, the bandit brute looks at this massive crocodile coming in. And he's like, "Oh yeah, baby, let's get this!" and just comes rushing in to attack you, Zorak. So he comes in for a couple swings.
Back.
And one of the first things he does is he just kind of like slaps his chest with his thing and bellows at you and goes in for a frightful presence. So I'm going to need a wisdom save from you, please. Go ahead and click the wisdom save in the sheet if you can see it.
I think you get hit. I was in it again.
Shit.
Oh no!
That guy is the MVP of the bandit.
So you are now frightened of the happy bandit brute, unfortunately.
Do you have any luck points left over at all?
Oh, true.
I have one, but
Yeah, I doubt.
that will not change much in this situation.
So unfortunately, you are now frightened of the happy bandit brute as he comes in and swings his mace at you.
I think
Wait,
Derek
didn't I have to
also
roll?
have to save.
Yeah, I made my save, or I didn't make the save, but I rolled.
Weren't you immune to it? I could have sworn at one point you had already been frightened, but passed the
No.
check.
I would have. I think he was out of the
I don't
area.
recall
That was Haggit.
All right.
Yeah, I don't recall being
Yeah, I'm
immune to it at all.
Yeah, that was it. It also did it to me, and I had made the save.
Yep. Oop. All right. So then, now that we have a couple more frightened people, the bandit brute's going in for a couple attacks on you. And regular attack. Ooh, base 3 is definitely not going to do anything there. Second attack.
Not at all.
That second attack, base
It's
16.
gonna hit.
Yeah.
It's gonna hit.
Okay. With a 20, let's see what we get for damage here. Oof. 12 points of damage comes colliding with you as you get hit by this rather large mace from the bandit brute here. And he just kind of gleams, he just smiles as like drool and like saliva spittle from his mouth as he's really getting into the heat of battle. Terex, you are
Hey.
up. Go ahead,
I
Zork.
imagine in that situation Zorok is not so much scared of him, but rather the look you get on someone's face when they see a crazy person, like, ugh.
True. All right, Terex, you're up with Zix on deck.
Alright, so can I attack the bandit brute?
Yes, you would have to move because of how big Zorak is. If you
Is that
move
good enough?
one more, I would say you'd have a clean line of sight.
Can he even come this close?
Oh, right,
Because
because you are
frightened.
feared, yeah.
That's why I was asking.
Yeah, you would have to go somewhere over to this side of the map to get a clearer shot without.
Whoops, did not mean to go that far.
You are here.
Yeah, if you want a clear shot, you would probably have to be somewhere here. Anywhere in these spots would be technically not closer, but still give you clean line of sight.
Yeah, I got range to get to there, so I'm going to take a shot at the bandit brute.
Okay.
And he's injured currently, right, for relentless pursuit?
Yes, you can see that he has been hit a few times. Definitely not bloodied though.
Yeah, I think
Alright,
Haggard only
firing
got
at him with
one
a
hit off on him.
What was that?
Firing at him with my longbow.
Okay. Oof. That is a 14. Do you think
I'm going
you
to keep it.
You're gonna keep it? All right. You do hit with a 14. Go ahead and roll damage. All right. 11 points of
And
damage.
relentless pursuit.
Excellent. Let's go ahead and roll.
There's Mark if you want.
I think he's
No, I'm out of Hunter's Mark.
Yeah. Ooh, wow. 11 points of damage. And then 3 more from your relentless pursuit knocks out the bandit brute. He has been defeated.
So
Oops, not fear. There we go.
I guess we no longer frightened.
Yes, that is true. Your frighten is now gone because the bandit brute has been knocked out. Good job, Terex. We're knocking out the bandit brute here. Things have definitely changed. Turning the tides have turned, or the turds have tied. And we move
The
on.
turns have table.
How the turns have table.
Perfect. Anything else from Terex?
Nope, that will be my turn.
All right. Zix, you are up with the marksman on deck.
Yeah, I'm still trying to disarm her.
Okay.
So would be normal to hit. No!
That is a 9 total for your roll. You want to take the luck
I
point?
know I would want to hit her if I would only hit her if I roll, so I take the luck point.
Okay, so that's +1 to you.
Yeah, I get a luck point for failing a save, right?
Yes, you should. If I remember correctly.
Yeah, I think that's attack rolls and saving throws, I think. You just don't get any for failing skill checks.
Nothing for bonus actions or anything?
No, nothing that would be useful right now.
Okay. Well
It
then,
is an object as a bonus action, but I have no objects to use.
true. Alright, so up next is the marksman with Haggett on deck, and the marksman is going to continue jigging at Zix with her dagger. And dagger away. Does a 14 hit?
Nope.
Alright. Need a little higher. Ooh,
Yeah, that's it.
22 hits. That second dagger attack definitely seems to be doing the trick. For the minimum 3 points of damage. And she just kind of like curses, but she does catch you on the side there, so it's like a weird mix of emotions that she's spouting off in Elvish.
She's just spreading my shield with one dagger and it goes above with the second.
True. Alright, Haggett, you're up with the mage on deck.
Alright, Haggard looks around, seeing how the tides are changing, and sees a bandit looking unsure about this whole situation. She points to him with her warhammer. You still have a chance to walk the righteous path. Betray, as he casts command.
Okay. And as he says that, he goes, there's no walking the righteous path for him.
Wait, did I target him?
No, don't worry about it. I should be able to roll for him. And that is a base 12, total of 13.
Damn.
Which-
That just makes it. That
Yes.
just makes it.
Yes, he goes, yes, there's no righteous path when you work for him. And he just kind of like shrugs off your command.
Just this. Alright.
Don't you have a weapon attack as a bonus action?
Not that I know of.
Nah, especially since the command first circle was used.
Then she uses her movement action to get right up in the maze's face.
Okay.
And
So,
that will be the end of my turn.
all right. Up next is the Bandit Mage, followed by the Brawler, and then Gorn. So the Bandit Mage will continue assaulting Haggett here. He comes in and just, you can see now, like the arcane energies as he swirls with his hands and goes in to stab at you with almost like a shotgun blast, point blank range with his arcane assault, the arcane stab. Oh, that was almost a natural 20. Does a 19 hit?
Yes.
All right. So that is going to be a total of
Ooh,
5 plus for 8 points of damage. As you
that's
are.
painful.
Yes. And then right as you're reeling from the damage of the stab, he comes in with the arcane burst as well. I'm going to need you to make a dex save, please.
I'm gonna need to make that dex save. Oh, there's the button this time.
There you go.
Nat 20.
Oh!
Hey!
Burn, burn,
Too
burn,
bad it
burn.
doesn't negate the damage.
All right. And that is a successful save, so you're only going to take half damage.
Half damage is big.
Oof. That is still a lot of damage. But you survive the blast for only 4 points of damage.
The
Have
perfect
it.
time, the perfect place.
Have
The
it
mage has a
spit
funny
out blood.
face.
Haggett spits out blood. Your magic is nothing in front of the righteous might of a god.
That may be so. And he whistles and calls to the brawler that was rushing up. He goes, over here, grab this one. And as the mage's turn ends, the brawler goes, yep, you got it, sir. All right. And comes rushing in to attack you at advantage because,
This is going to be the problem.
yeah, you're being flanked. All right, so
How could this happen to me?
as you're standing there, the bandit brawler kind of chucks his mug of ale. He's like, all right, gotta get serious now, and goes in to grab you. I need you to make a strength save for me, please, as he tries to grapple you as part of the attack.
Okay. 16.
Okay, and that is going to be a success. So you pass and don't get grappled by the brawler, but he then comes in and swings with the battle axe at advantage for being flanked.
Yeah. Oh, still miss.
Ooh, yeah, that 9 is not going to do it. And he's like, oh, what is this? A little squirrely one here. Can't get my hands on her. And that will be the end of the brawler's turn. Gorn, you are up. Followed by Zorak, actually. Okay. Eldritch Blast it is. Okay. Yeah, that. What do you think? 22, is that a hit? Do you think?
Maybe.
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 Yeah, why don't you go ahead and roll damage?
Damn it. And it didn't. Okay, so it's actually 8
Right.
because it's still not factoring in my charisma mod.
The additional. So what I'm going to do is times that by 2 and apply that to the bandit mage who has been blasted by your Eldritch Blast. Alright, and still sneakily hiding behind the wall here of this
Deposition.
fork in the road. Yes, we end Gorn's turn and round 6. Top of round 7, the bandit brawler is still asleep, standing there dazed and confused. Zorak, you are up.
And they're gonna slash the bandit brawler.
Don't forget the bonus action.
And he will wind up.
Yes, there we go. Alright, so the wind up will give you advantage, or no, your proficiency bonus. Okay,
Yes, another +2.
alright. Oh, here we go. Total of a 14. Now, because of luck rules and whatnot, are you happy with the 14? Do you think that's a hit?
me a moment because I think I did something wrong.
I think I noticed something weird.
Let's see here.
There is a green
No.
check mark below that near unsure bandit brawler. So
Oh, on your side? Yeah, I can't see what it looks like on your end.
and
I am happy with what I have.
Okay, that 14 is a hit. Go ahead and roll damage for your attack with the great axe.
Well then, let's
With
see
your
damage.
dive damage.
What was that, Terex?
With his extra dive damage.
Right. Yes, you do get.
Indeed, with my extra die damage from the might of the giant. Though I believe I need to roll it separately.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's see. First I will roll the solo d6 to see how much additional damage I will get.
Ooh.
6!
Nice.
So that's a +6 to the damage.
Oh yeah, that's a good way to do that. The way you're lining this all up. Oof.
Nice.
And that's nice, 21 damage.
Oh my god. 21
Wow.
points.
27. Literally
That guy
1 point
died.
off from maximum damage.
Oh, buddy.
Nice roll.
That is insane. Oh man, that is too good. Oh wow. Okay. And as you come down and hit this bandit brawler here, who is trying, like, feebly trying to grapple for Haggett, you just clobber. I mean, go ahead and explain how you just destroy this bandit in one swipe.
So basically, what you all can hear and see is the Zorok doing the real Jenkins thing, rushing in with the with the war axe in his hands, just screaming, roaring at the bandit before cleaving him clean in the half with a smile on his face as the blood drips from his weapon.
Oh man, brutal. Nice.
Spread it down the middle, spine and all.
Perfectly, as if it was precision cut. All right, I believe
Can you
that's
imagine the tennis swing with the flat of the axe, it just sends him flying.
it. Right. I think that's Zorok's turn, right? I think that's everything, huh?
Yes, that's Zorok's turn.
Yeah.
All right, Terex, you're up.
Alright, I'm gonna get a line of sight on the irritated bandit mage, and then I'm going to take a shot at him.
Okay.
More irritating.
If I don't go the wrong way,
Uh,
firing at him with my longbow.
Ooh,
Oh,
you
Does
draw
that
on the
hit?
screen.
okay.
Aim.
Yeah, that's a natural 20. Very good. Go ahead and roll damage. Get that crit
That's the thing
damage.
that happened.
Of course. Well, you know what? I still get relentless pursuit.
Yep.
That's, I think, also doubled.
Yeah, I was thinking of casting this maze alive.
Yeah, give
No,
me
I
another.
don't think relentless pursuit is it, because I'm not sure if it is, because it's not technically part of the attack. It's a bonus. It's an extra damage thing.
Well, it's. Yeah.
Oh, right, because it's after. Let's see here. Your tenacity wears down even potent foes. When you hit a creature with a weapon attack, you deal extra damage if the target is below their maximum hit points. This extra damage is equal to the amount of your Mystic Mark feature that it deals at your level and is of the same damage type as the weapon. You can deal this extra damage only once per turn. I'd say it's part
Is-
of the attack.
Is crit rules? Yeah, I was gonna say, is crit rules the same in this as it is for 5th?
I'm not entirely sure. I haven't completely read through the rules, so for the time being, we'll say yes, and go ahead and double the damage there for that.
Oh boy, I didn't get another 2.
So we have
Lucky 15.
8 points from there, and then an additional 5 points from your relentless pursuit.
Yep, 13 total.
Okay. Yes, and the mage is now looking rather bloodied and in quite the rough shape. All right,
My turn is
Zix.
done, by the way.
Oh, perfect. Thank you. Zix, you're up, followed by the marksman.
After that inspirational spell, Derek, I'm just gonna look at the archer and say, you know, I think giving up is a nice option for you right now.
Right.
And still try to disarm it.
Okay. Okay, that's a 13.
I'm gonna use 1 point to make it a 14.
Okay. And that will hit. Go ahead and roll damage. Or you're disarming,
I'm
right?
disarming, so no damage, but I'm gonna use my bonus action to put her bow into my bag of holding.
Well,
Yoink.
give me a D1, a D8, and if it lands on an 8, I will give it to you as it falls onto you, because I'm gonna have the rules that anything that's disarmed falls a space out.
6.
Oh, it was rolling onto an 8 too. All right, so as of right now, the bow, her short bow, is right there.
Well, I can just go here and as a bonus action, yoink.
True, you do have the that ability. So yes,
Action, yeah.
you can swipe the bow from her. And with a bit of amazement, she is rather annoyed and aggravated by that. Okay.
And that's my turn.
All right. Up next is the mage, and she looks over at the not the mage, excuse me, the marksman. The marksman. She looks over at the mage, kind of seeing what's going on. There's a frantic look, and the marksman is actually going to go ahead and run. She is seeing that the tides have turned, and she's rushing out of here. Go ahead and take an attack of opportunity if you'd like, as she runs away from you.
Ooh.
Yeah, that'll hit.
Yeah, that'll hit.
All right, for 6 points of damage. There we go. Okay.
I need one for dagger still.
All right, and she goes rushing off. Let's see here. 6. She goes rushing down this way to try and escape. All right, that's her turn. Haggett, you are up, followed by the mage.
Right, a quick question. Has the maze been using his hands to cast spells like somatic components? Or his 2 spells?
Oh yes, definitely. You can see like there's gestures and whatnot as he's preparing all the spells.
Alright. Harriet throws down her warhammer and goes for a grapple.
Okay.
You are not escaping this. Normal. Ah,
Yeah.
I saw the 19. I saw the 19.
All right, let me go ahead and roll.
He could always roll. No.
Yeah. Unfortunately, you go to grab at his hands, and he's kind of prepared and already kind of like in this panic state, and quickly pulls away from your hands as you try to grapple him. Anything
You
else?
can do a second attack.
Do I have a second attack?
Not at level 3.
Yeah.
Level 3? I didn't see it.
Disciple of War, I think.
Hold on, let me check my features. All domain.
Oh no, it's
It's
when
like
you
a-
hit.
Oh yeah. Oh, look at that. That's neat.
Yeah.
Good to remember. All right, so I believe that's it for your turn.
Yeah.
And yes, sure enough, up next is the mage, and the mage is going to go ahead and run away as well, not taking any kind of
I
a...
will take my attack of opportunity.
Yes, please do so.
And he's still targeted, so this makes it even easier. Let me just find the weapon I haven't used this whole combat. Actually, no, I threw my warhammer down, didn't I? Oh. Right, I can cast spells.
Oh, do you have the ability to cast as an attack of
yeah.
opportunity?
Combat
Yes,
casting.
I had a war caster.
Okay. All right, let me...
Combat casting. When a creature provokes an opportunity attack from you, you cast your reaction to cast a cantrip instead of making a melee.
Okay, and unfortunately, the mage does save against your Sacred Flame and rushes off. So
Darn it.
let's see here. And that's his turn. Gorn, you are up with a fleeing bandit mage.
And a fling also.
Well, let's see if I can line this one up.
Nope.
That's a 10. Do you have any luck points?
I have all the luck points.
I was gonna say.
I'd assume mean too.
Okay, so with your luck points, you change that into a 13. Are you happy with your result?
You know what? Let me just add one more because I can.
Okay. And that changes it to a 14. That does hit. Go ahead and roll damage. Ooh, man. 12 points
Nice,
of
almost
damage.
back.
Nice. Oh, and you hit the mage and you blast him and he like hits the, you hit him in the back as he's fleeing and he trips and stumbles a couple times, but still keeps his feet up and he is rushing off, running away.
He's still within my command range. I could get him to grovel.
All right, so that is Gorn's turn. Top of round 8.
Yeah, because I can't go over the wall right now, right?
Yeah.
That would take an action.
Yeah, more than likely. All right, so we got our sleepy boy who's still sleeping. Zorak, you're up with Terex on deck.
In that case, Zorok will drop his weapon and take out a longbow. Try and shoot the running away mage, seeing as he will have hard time, I think, running up to him. I believe wind up still more. Or I think I can.
Yeah, wind up wouldn't work because that's for
Yeah.
melee weapons.
Melee, yes, okay. So just longbow. Probably normal. Oh, let's see.
Okay, you have a 12. Are you happy with that result? I think you have.
I
the
will use my luck point.
Okay. Alright, so a 13 against the mage. Right?
Indeed.
Alright. That will hit. Go ahead and roll damage.
Well, I can still add the 1d6 of giant might.
Ooh. Alright.
Yeah.
Because from what I read just a second ago, it was simply an attack, not a melee attack. But let me make sure.
Isn't this automatically a crit as well?
Why is that, Terex?
Against a sleeping target? Automatically a crit?
No, he's shooting the mage.
Oh, I saw the brawler on the target thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, my bad. Let's see. Oh, here's go. Yeah, I can still add 1d6 to my roll.
Okay.
So let's do that.
Oh,
Another 6.
maximum extra damage again. Nice.
So that would be 6 here. And normal roll. And on PV, maximum damage.
Oh man.
You forgot to double your dice anyways because of giant strength.
Does he double dice?
He should get an extra D8. He gets an extra weapon damage, doesn't he?
If we
No, that's
are
what the
going with
D6 is.
oversized weapons.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. And that is enough to impale and just obliterate this mage. Zorak, shooting through the trees. Go ahead and tell me how this helps. How you hit.
We found the MVP.
Where do you think you're going?
And you can see Zorok dropping his massive great axe and taking out a longbow, aiming somehow similar to his companion Terex, kinda trying to imitate him well with his aim, and it looks like to be a good choice for him, as he's quick crocodile-like hunting abilities allow him to see the small movement of the mage's head from and letting go of the string of his bow, he's able to pierce the head of the mage.
Oof, yeah, and he just drops immediately. There's not even a sound. It's just like a thwack, and the arrow just hits, and the mage goes down without even any kind of a sound, thinking he's gotten away.
And that will be all for me.
All right.
Damn.
All right, Terex, you're up with Zix on deck. What?
Alright, I'm gonna reposition to try to get a shot on that marksman.
Okay.
Would I be able to from... I'll let you know where I move to. Alright, I will take a shot with my longbow.
Do it.
I want her arrows.
Oh, no! Oh, no. Unfortunately, that is going to be a miss no matter what you do.
Okay, so so I got 22 to hit, so it hits, and the archer now has to make a Dex or Strength save, its choice, against my DC, which is it should be either Strength or Dex plus 8 plus proficiency bonus, so 12.
Okay. All right, so
Yeah,
deck
shit.
save. Normal.
Unlock your sheet.
That's a 12 on the deck save.
She passed. That's my weapon save.
Okay. All right, so you go in for the pinning shot, and unfortunately, because of her fast feet and whatnot, she's able to avoid being pinned by your shot.
Yeah.
All right. And that is the marksman's turn, and she's going to hop this little spring here and rush into the woods, making it even more difficult to hit her as she's ducking between forests and whatnot. So that's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 to here, and then another 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 to here.
And if this call out, she's heading into the woods.
Yeah.
Then Zik is gonna call out that.
All right, Haggett, you're up. There's still a sleeping bandit brawler here, followed by Gorn. What are you doing, Haggett?
This battle looks over. She's upset that they couldn't get the last one, but at this point she's gonna try and she's gonna double move to the mage just so she can attempt to stabilize him if possible. Judging by the hole in his chest, probably not. But that will be action for this turn.
Okay. Gorn, it's your turn.
Because the mage
I'm just gonna start walking out to join the rest of the group. I'm just gonna look at Zorak and gonna point to the sleeping brawler and said, "Have fun."
Oh God. All right. Haggett, yes, go ahead. You were gonna say something?
he calls out, "They mentioned a boss. We need information."
Give. Yeah, I guess you could hear that for how far away. Yeah, so Haggett's calling out to not kill the brawler, but Gordon is suggesting to kill the brawler. So
You have
I didn't remember
a
anything
Haggett
about them calling saying
you
anything
have
about
a
boss.
I thought the wizard was their boss.
on your left.
sorry, Haggett, you were a little muffled there. What did you say?
I was just saying he has a Haggett on one shoulder and Zorn on the next.
Oh, okay. To refresh your memory, Gordon, when Haggett was right in the face of the mage, right around here, the mage was constantly saying like something about Haggett was trying to command the mage to like stand down basically, and he said, "There's no justice or righteousness when you're working for the boss." So, implying, whatever that means. All right, so Zorak, it's your turn, and we're technically still in combat. What are you doing?
Success. Call
Well,
out.
he will take an aim and try to hit the marksman.
All right, you still have the bow out. Okay, so this is going to be really difficult. She's
Good
rushing through thicker trees here, so this is going to be a +5 to hit her, AC wise.
Okay.
Just roll an accident, no big deal.
Well then, let's see.
Okay, and
15.
you have a 20. Do you think that is enough to hit her as she's rushing through the woods?
Well, I do not have any more luck points, so
All right. That 20 is, let's see here, attack two-handed. What did you roll? I just want to make sure you're rolling the right dice here. Oh, you got the right, I mean the dice, but the modifiers. Yeah, so the 20 will hit, so go ahead and roll damage if you'd like.
lovely. First the d6.
All right.
Well, not this time. So +3. But 14 damage.
Ooh, yeah. Okay. 14 points of damage, and that is quite the hefty hit. You hit her in just the right spot. You hear a scream as she cries out in pain, rushing through the woods here. You have caught her, but she hasn't dropped.
Yes, I got ready.
All right, Terex, it's your turn. Zix, you're on deck.
I'm going to do the same. I'm going to move to take a shot and try to fire at her.
All right.
Firing my longbow. I'm going
Okay.
to keep that.
So keeping that with a 19, and that will hit through the thickets and the trees. You're able to definitely hit her. So go ahead and roll your D6 or D4 of damage first, like Zorok's been doing.
Oh, sorry.
That's all right. Don't worry
Too
about it.
late.
So 6 plus. Go ahead and roll the D4. Okay, so that's going to be a total of 10 points of damage.
Doesn't she have the Hunter's mark on her?
No. And
No,
that
first one that had the Hunter's Mark was a brute, and then he died recently, and then the assassin as well.
So shouldn't you be able to bonus action just... Never mind.
different system. Yeah, so Terex, you shoot with your longbow there, and you hear a thunk and another shot and a scream as you just hear a thud as body hits ground, and there's no more running through the woods here as the marksman has been killed.
I claim her arrows.
Makes all she lives. Ragged falls to them.
I claim her daggers.
All right, Zix, you're up with Haggard on deck. You have a sleeping brawler here, so I'm pretty much going to suggest that combat's over unless you want to kill the brawler.
Well, I do have a rope, and even if we were gonna kill him, having him take that first would be beneficial.
I think I have rope. Hold on.
Everyone has a rope.
Hey, everybody's got rope.
I misheard you.
I guess I'm hiding my hand crossbow, picking up my rapier, and
I just don't have a grappling hook.
I mean, I could probably make you one.
I will never forget that.
If we're still on
Ding, 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 ding.
turns, that means I would stop here because action. We are out of combat, or
Yes, it sounds like you guys are all done with combat, so I will go ahead and end that now.
I will attempt to stabilize the mage. I have no hope for this.
All right, so what are you doing to stabilize the mage?
He has a giant hole in his chest. I would go and roll medicine because I don't want to. Yeah,
Also,
do I have
remember
any
Zorak said
bandages?
that the arrow went through his head.
Oh.
Yeah, it's
No, never mind. If the arrow went through, I thought it was like through his chest.
well, I mean, it. Let me roll a D100 here to see where this bolt had landed.
It could be a bullet through the head situation.
well, this is an arrow. And
Yeah, 97.
Just, well,
Go ahead, Gordon.
I was gonna say, with the size of Zorok and with his weapons growing with him, he's firing a freaking ballista bolt.
Yeah.
Yeah, the head of this marks or the mage is almost
Gone.
non-existent. Yes, exactly, Zix. There's basically nothing there.
Quick, stabilize him.
Haggard gets
Oh,
up on that and just goes for the marksman. See if he can save that one before they die. She would like to have more than one person to interrogate.
For the record, the Zorok is gonna grab his axe back.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But
Haggard
I
picks up
think
a
at
warhammer.
this point, Zorok will begin to shrink down as the effects is only 1 minute.
True. Yes. At this point, you are starting to shrink back to size.
Should I use thieves, stinkers, or construction tools to help with tying up this guy?
Oh yeah, yeah. Okay. Yeah, whichever you think. Go ahead and give me a roll.
Well, the most fitting out of all of those will be clothiers, but constructions could be also helpful. You have to sometimes know in construction how to tie a knot, so I don't know what kind of role you want me to do with that. Though, dexterity or intelligence for type of knot.
Wisdom for not. Survival check.
Yeah. What tools are you using, Zix?
I was thinking of using my proficiency in construction tools. I don't have those tools, but
So I have to
I
go
have
for a bit
proficiency.
back, but Haggard just will be attempting to stabilize.
Okay. Zix, go ahead and roll with intelligence if you'd like.
Later, Flame Loud.
See ya. Hit my bow.
I'm gonna roll d8 first because Kobold tools.
Okay.
Damn, that dice bomb. Okay, so we're adding 5,
Okay.
and you know what? Just for good measure, I'm gonna be spending 2 luck points on that. So the final check is around 18.
Okay. Yeah, with your tools and whatnot, and the help of
Luck.
luck and whatnot, you'd say you've got this brawler bound up pretty good. Gorn, the bandits, the sleep spell lasts for what, like a minute, or is it an hour? How long?
A minute.
A minute? Okay, so yeah, by the time you get Zix, you get this guy wrapped up, he starts to wake up and begins struggling. He's like, what's going on here? Where's everyone?
Dead.
What do you mean dead? That's not right. You're supposed to be dead. And looks around.
He sees the other
Yeah.
guy just cut in half.
Go ahead, Zorok, you were gonna say?
Well, they are dead.
Oh, that's not good.
Said Zorok, leaning over the bandit with his bloody axe.
No, he's like, hey, okay, yeah. So, anyways, yeah. What are we doing? What's going on? Clearly, terrified of the
You
situation.
said something about. There was some saying about the boss. Who that?
Yeah, there's no boss. What are you what are you talking about? There's no boss at all. Clearly, I'm
Zorok gonna
perspiring
lean-
and sweating.
Yeah, I don't think I'm
Zorok gonna lean.
You're gonna need.
Go ahead, Zorok.
Zorok gonna lean a little closer. It's like,
Are you sure about that?
Go ahead and give me a intimidation check at advantage, because he's bound up, and you are a terrifying crocodile person.
And all around him are familiar faces.
Yes, he's slowly being surrounded by non-humanoids, or yeah, demi-humans. I don't know what you want to call.
Well, shit.
Okay. 13. Let me go ahead and roll a wisdom save. Go ahead.
I must say that was a very, very poor save roll, seeing as one dice was 6, while the other was natural 1.
Okay. So
Well,
the brawler, I did a roll here, a check for the brawler to resist your intimidation, and he's looking up at you. Probably, I'm sure, but at this point, he's probably either sitting on the ground, tied up or whatnot, and he kind of looks up at you, and he just, like a, as he has this nervous fart, he goes, yes, the boss. I don't know why I was thinking there wasn't anything of the sorts of a boss. Yes, we work for the boss. He likes us to go around and collect taxes, so to say, and he does whatever he does with the money. He pays us well, and maybe not so well. Looking around, usually these things go a little better for us than this.
yeah, but who is the boss?
Where we can fight him.
So yeah, about that, and he goes, you can find the boss here, and he's like kind of trying to reach into his pocket to pull out something.
I'm gonna do it for him.
Okay.
Yoink.
So you pull out what he's trying to reach isn't anything dangerous. And turns out it's actually kind of like a business card. And on the business card, let me see if I can pull up this picture or not for you. To one side is a picture, and you immediately see this. Okay? So
No
this
image
is...
appeared for me.
No image.
No, nothing showed up?
Image is broken.
Ah. Okay. Let's try this one then.
I mean, you can post on Discord and then edit in post.
True.
Nope, that image is broken too.
Oh, that's so weird. Okay, so that's got to be an error on the Foundry site here. Let me see if I can get that up for you guys real quick here and post that in the picture so you guys can see what I'm talking about. Go there and get the artwork. So the people have seen the character artwork there, but you guys will see this. All right, so in the campaign chat window here in Discord.
Oh no, it's a crackhead.
That man looks like he's got a severe case of jaundice.
Yes, he
Name.
appears to be human from the looks of things. He's got himself a rather wide-brimmed hat, a long flowing feather out of the top of this hat with a black hat with a red sash on it. His hair is a little unkempt with a really well-trimmed beard that is close to his face. There's a little bit, a bit more beard on his chin and so forth, but he does have like one of those, it looks like a perpetual 5 o'clock shadow that some guys like to rock. He has a rather large grin on his face, and his teeth all appear, with his eyes, strangely enough, his teeth all appear to be gold. He also wears what would be considered probably like a businessman's suit, with a nice brooch around where like a tie would be for his neck, and has like the typical poofy kind of like, I don't know, 15th century like European court clothing. So it's a weird blending of like 16th century like royalty noblemen's you would find in like European courts and whatnot, with a strange blending of almost like a business suit from today's standards. And you get this sly grin from this man's face as you are looking at him. And
What hit him in the face?
what did you say, Zix?
What hit him in the face?
You want to punch him in the face? Yes.
No, I asked what hit him in the
Oh,
face.
what hit him in the face? Time. I don't know. Maybe. And to the rest of the side of this business card, it says, "Congratulations, you have been thieved by Goodgur the Tooth Incorporated." And the sign says, the rest of this business card says, "All business inquiries can be brought to Wolf's Pine Town." And it gives kind of like a location of like some other places of where you could potentially find this. If any of you want to roll a history check at disadvantage, because, well, except for Zorak, the rest of you haven't really gotten out of the cave. Zorak's the only one that can roll normally for this to maybe know where Wolf's Pine is, but the rest of you guys would roll at disadvantage.
Well, history, right?
Yeah, history. That's like the closest thing for location-based things. Okay, so we've got ourselves a 4. No, not a 4. Let's see. Terex with a 2, Zorax with a 13, Zix with a 10, and Gorn with a 10. Zorak, you're probably the only one that probably would have any general idea of where Wolf's Pine is. And you know that it's actually kind of close to where you are here. It would take some time, and probably from the western path here, it might take a day or two journey to get to this town. But
About 2 weeks.
no, nothing like that. But definitely, from what you know of from idle chit chat, resting with the group, you know that their home in the mountains and the cave system, if they're heading back, would be kind of in the opposite direction. So you have that from you, and the bandit goes, "Yeah, that's the boss. Yeah, good go there. We tend to not kill anyone. We just beat them up and take their goods, and then we bring them back to the boss."
Oh man, so many cavities to have such yellow teeth.
Well, they're actually gold, hence his name,
Ooh.
Good the Tooth. It's strange. All of his teeth except for one are gold.
So you mean when I punch him in the face, I got a little gold coin each time?
Yeah,
I like it.
maybe I've never seen him actually be punched in the face. No
He
one's
definitely
able to
has a
touch him.
punchable face.
Yes. Yeah. Now that you look at it, and he's kind of like leaning to try and look at the image there. He's like, yeah, that kind of, yeah, I could kind of see what you're saying there. And to give you the idea of who you're looking at here, I'll give you guys a bigger picture for this brawler as well. So I'm going to throw that into the Discord,
Okay.
so you guys can get an idea of what this guy kind of looks like.
So he is a human or a dwarf?
We'll say this one's a dwarf. This is like the
Okay.
the general picture of what these guys would kind of look like.
So since we beat you up, we take you back to the boss and we get worked, right?
Yes, yeah, definitely. Keep me alive. Give you a good name. Get you in with the boss for sure. Definitely, yeah, like that.
I think the boss would like to see you fade. Yes.
Well, no, for certainly no, but he's kind of a strange fellow. He never sees even failure as a means of like reprimanding. Not that he's like positive all the time either. It's just nothing really shakes this guy. It's very strange.
So
Totally,
since you guys
but
are
I
out here
don't
waylaying,
like the taste of the dwarven meat.
Hold on, Terex, go ahead. What you're saying?
I was saying, since you guys were out here waylaying merchants and stuff, where's your camp with all your loot?
It's kind of nearby. We don't really keep the loot. The loot, we have a runner that goes back and forth and takes any loot. So even though our camp's close to here, there's there's nothing there. Zora, go ahead. What
And
were you
we'll
saying?
just have to loot the body.
First of my apologies for cutting in front of Terex.
No
Zorok
worries,
was
man.
just saying that good thing that Zorok do not enjoy the taste of dwarvish meat.
Oh God.
Kind of leaning over the man with his massive jaw open, and then adding,
So you will be nice while we are getting you back to your boss, right?
Oh, yes, yes, of course. And Terex, I was checking your passive insight, and his answer to your question seems like you feel as though you're confident in his answer of the loot being run. Like the loot doesn't stay there. There's a really well thought out system of how this basically organized crime works. And
That makes sense.
yeah. So yeah, the dwarf here goes to Zorak. He's like, yeah, of course, best behavior. You're not getting any more trouble from me. Not one bit. So, what else would you like to know from this guy? Is there anything else you'd like to do? You've got some bodies here. You've got
How about just in case? How about he gives us directions to where Goodger is, and then we can use Zorak to double check that.
okay, sure. Yeah, and he says, yeah, you would just basically follow the road over here, and he kind of gestures with his head to the side, off to the left side here. And he goes, yeah, you'd follow that for, I don't know, walking probably a day and a half or so, and you'd come up to Wolf Pine, and you'd probably find him in one of the couple businesses he's running there. It's a little faster if you're on horseback or by carriage. But yeah, and he goes through gives you some landmarks and whatnot of what you would be looking for. And with your check there, Zorak, your history check, you're pretty sure you've never necessarily been there yourself, but you'd be pretty confident to say like, yeah, that sounds about right from what you've heard of tales of your family's wares and whatnot being sold to some of these towns here, like going to Holgig, and you've heard Wolf Pine being mentioned a couple times here and there.
He's definitely saying the truth.
Okay.
Well, I think we've got some other things to check out first. But before that, we get to looting.
Okay, so you're gonna go and loot the bodies.
Yeah.
I'm going for those arrows.
All
I'm
right.
going for the daggers.
I want
Zorok
at least
just
one
gonna
dagger.
see what the cut and a half man has.
Okay, so give me a investigation check for everyone that is looting bodies. Is anyone watching the bandit brawler that's tied up for the time being? Or are you all spread
I'll
around?
keep an eye on him.
Okay. Okay. So, with that,
And I clicked to re-roll the die, and it didn't re-roll it.
which one? Derek?
The investigation check.
You clicked a reroll.
It just took my luck. Yeah, I clicked the re-roll button, and it did not re-roll the die.
Oh, that's weird.
Broken. Reroll manually.
Huh.
It just took my luck points.
All right. Real quick on your computer, click F12 for me. And tell me if anything pops up in the developer's tools, if there's any kind of like a warning or something, or a message.
I'm not seeing anything, no.
Okay, I'll double check that. Go ahead and
wouldn't even know where to look, to be honest.
when you click the F12 in Foundry, the developer tools should pop up, and then you should see on the console tab either like a bunch of warnings in yellow or something in red that pops up. Fortunately, there's a few errors here.
Oh
and
yeah,
there.
there's one about the size, but the display size, but that's nothing.
Okay. All right, I'll double check that and see about reporting an error for the game system then to see like what.
Should I
might be
just roll
going on.
another d20 then?
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, roll manually.
Yep.
So 11 instead of 9.
Okay. All right, so you guys investigate around. Terex, yeah, you get enough to refresh your stock of arrows. So however many you're down, you can get back up to 20 easily. Zorok, you're investigating, moving about, and you get to this brute over here. And you notice that between the two, because there is a second brute that had died before you got to here, this one in particular is wearing some kind of a special belt. It looks different from everyone else. Like, this belt looks rather nice. Doesn't seem to be marred with damage from battle or anything. There's something about this particular belt that looks pretty handy.
They're gonna take.
Okay. So I will go ahead.
I'm sorry that Zerok remembers that Zix can identify any magical things. Thanks to his Eye of the Maker ability.
Yeah, that's like a crazy good roll for you, right?
A crazy good ability feature.
All right. I'm sure Zorok, you've probably mentioned something to Zix, right? Or the group about finding a what seemingly looks like a special belt.
Yeah, I believe so.
Okay. Go ahead and give me a roll here.
Something like
Zix, if you want to go ahead and investigate magically, or even
Well,
Gorn, whoever wants to roll.
I rolled an investigation and it was 11.
Yeah, but that was for looting the bodies and whatnot. I need one for like an Arcana check of sorts.
I mean, as long as I'm touching
You
it, I
need
know
an
what it
Arcana
is,
check?
and how to use it. Whether it requires attunement and how many charges it has. It just is.
Oh, it just is. Yeah, when you touch a magic
Yeah.
item. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. Gorn, if you want to roll an Arcana check too, between the two of you, go ahead. Yeah. Zix basically just.
Knows.
Yeah, why not? I don't know a damn thing.
Yeah. Oh well. All right. So.
I'm keeping too much of an eye on our captive.
Yep. All right. So, Zix, you come over and you basically, like you said, you touch this special belt here that Zorok has mentioned, and turns out, from what you gather here, this is the belt of the brute. And I'm gonna drop this into Zorok's inventory, so you should see that in your inventory now. I think. Let's see here. Where might it be? Did it go? No. Let's try again. There we go. It is in your gear at the moment.
yeah, I can see it.
And so basically what this belt does, and let me give you the explanation real quick, because this kind of shows up to you, Zix. Like, you get this weird little description, and then you learn about the properties. This belt isn't just for holding up pants. It's for holding up you! With rugged leather and iron studs that look like they've been through a bar fight or two, the belt of the brute grants its wearer a bit of extra sturdiness. Slip this bad boy on, and you'll feel tougher than a troll with a headache. Shrugging off bludgeoning hits like they're love taps. Warning, excessive use may lead to sudden, overwhelming confidence in starting brawls. And then basically what you learn from this is that it gives you extra hit points and makes you resistant to bludgeoning damage.
Ooh, that's lovely.
Yeah, I'm just
That's
gonna
a Zork
say
or Haggett.
something about something somewhat healthier and being the bane of hammers.
Well, Zorg is gonna put it on and attune to it.
I don't think it says anything about attunement though.
Nope, there is no
So
attunement
he's
for
just
this.
gonna put it on. So he's gonna put it on.
Yep. So now you'll see that your hit points have increased to 67, and you have resistance to bludgeoning.
Lovely.
All right, so you've spent your time rummaging through, and you hear like a couple meeps and mumbles from the brawler as you kind of rummage through everything, but he's kind of like, yeah, we probably would have been doing the same. Anyways. So yes, what are you guys doing now that you have successfully looted and,
I guess I get my pair of daggers.
Yep, you get your daggers for sure.
Did I get one of those daggers? Because I seem to have lost my daggers when we transferred from the 5th edition.
Yeah, if you're missing gear, because I tried to get everything. If there's something you knew you had for sure, then go ahead and just drop them in from the compendium. They are hiding in the Black Flag reference documents, items and spells. Oh, and then on top of that, I gotta get you guys some loot too, some money, because they do have some coin on them.
I'm gonna throw in 2 daggers because you need 2 of them to use thieves' tools effectively
Let's see here.
from my new background.
Okay, there we go. So, amongst all of the bandits, you find yourselves 50 copper pieces. And then,
Guess it goes into bag of holding.
20 silver pieces. And 10 gold pieces.
You have to go one level further.
What do you mean?
Where's the electromat?
I will stab you into everything.
Everything? Oh, that's really funny. Yes, for those that don't know, Gorn here has an absolute hatred for the Electrum piece.
It just makes so damn
stupid.
sense.
Yeah.
It doesn't.
There might actually be too. Let me see something real quick here. If you go into your inventory, and then
Oh no!
there might be a way. There may or may not be like a spot to add. Yeah. Okay. Let me see something real quick here. Currency. No.
Andy?
Never mind. Yeah.
I love you to death, man. But remember, I know where you live.
Yes, this is true.
That's because I don't.
All right, so yes, between the 5 of you, you have 50 copper, 20 silver, and 10 gold pieces to distribute as you like. Now, the question is, where are you going? Are you heading back to home, or are you heading to Wolfpine?
I know for sure Haggett would be going hard for wanting to go home.
Right. So,
Well, the original plan was going to go home, but I think we can take a short rest first.
oh yeah, for sure. While you're doing all
definitely.
this, you guys would be taking a short rest.
Yeah, I'm gonna repair my mechanical companion.
All right. So yeah, because of that hammer you have, and your ability during the short rest, the mechanical companion is basically like full up, right?
Yeah. Well, ability makes it full of health.
Okay. I'll just make sure. I'll get in there and pop that back up to
I
24.
mean, it's not very sturdy per health-wise, but ability to just summon it per short rest is great counterbalance for that.
Mm-hmm.
Is the short rest button?
It is on your main tab at the bottom of your actions in the other section.
Ah, sure.
Yes, and surprisingly enough, or maybe not necessarily so surprising because you're still not that far out from Holgig, there isn't really any traffic here. So the hour you spend on the road is perfectly fine and uninterrupted. Yeah, and Haggett for sure will also be rolling some hit dice too during this downtime. So I'll go ahead and do that for her.
And I get my 2 spell slots back.
I was being a warlock in Tales of the Valiant.
Pretty much the same as 5e so far.
Same disappointments then.
Well, I mean, if I really wanted to break him, I could.
But at least for now, we don't want to break it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
With that, what is the direction? Where do you guys want to go next? Now that this short rest is done, you've investigated the area, looted the bodies and whatnot, and you have this brawler too. That's your captive at the moment.
I say we move on to Good the Tooth, honestly.
Okay, so that's 1 for home and 1 for Wolf Pine. And the brawler, he's like, do I get a vote? I vote we go back to Wolf Pine. Yeah. Take my.
No, you don't.
Okay.
So that's 2 for Wolfpine, 1 for...
As much as I hate to agree with Haggett, we got home.
Oh, we got 2 for home and 1.5 for Wolf Pine.
I know the original plan was to go back to the lair and check to see if everyone there is okay. Since we did have the one packmate that had been part of the cult.
There is that concern too. Zorak, what are your thoughts?
Let's say, let's go see what the boss have to say.
So
But at the same time, I'm pretty much indifferent about all this.
it looks like where Zix, where was your idea? Where were you suggesting to go?
As much as this hates agreed with Haggett, he has some things back home that he wants to make sure are okay, so he's going home.
Okay, so that's 3 for home, 1 is indifferent, and 1 for Wolf Pine. So it looks like you guys are going to be heading back to your lair. What do you want to do with this bandit?
We could just leave him.
I will give him as an additional snack.
He's like, no, please, I don't appreciate that.
I say we let him go. He'll tell Goodger that we're on our way.
Yeah, I agree with this one here. Like-
Does he really want to go to Kutger though? Most people wouldn't want to hear that something wiped out their team.
Surprisingly enough, he would actually be quite happy to hear about that and might have work for you. He's a very, like I said, he's a very strange person, this Goodger fellow. So I could definitely run this message for you. It's just a small fee, like running the mail for you. And he's like, he's got this stupid,
How
like,
about them small fee is you getting away with your life?
yeah, that sounds quite good to me. And he kind of like ambles up from the sitting position.
No,
I'll
my
untie him.
friend. If you want a fee, then I will give him a fee. How many fingers you want to lose?
None. I think I'll start going then. And he starts to back away very slowly, while still
tied up.
still tied. I'm guessing.
Get my rope back.
Was he bound by just the hands, or how did you bind him up? Like just to secure his arms, basically, or?
It's 50 feet of rope. I mean, what do you think he did?
Yeah.
All right, so he's kind of like snaking along then on the ground, like really slowly. He's like, it'll take me a while, but I could get back your word to Goodger for sure.
Just give me back my damn rope.
He's like, all right, go for it. And he starts to work with you easily to unbind himself. I should have had him marked as
Ziggs
restrained.
just pulls one end of the rope and it's basically unravels itself.
Okay. There you go. Perfect. And he's like, all right. Gets back up to his feet. He's like, I'll be off then. And just starts running. And disappears into the distance.
We'll get our
That
message.
was eventful.
Yes. Yes, it was.
That was dangerous.
Because as always, when I leave you guys for 10 minutes, you're dying.
Hmm.
Yeah,
I'm glad you
we
showed up
could
when you
have-
did. We really could use your help.
And with that, the sun is high in the sky, and you guys see off to the eastern horizon the mountains that you know as home, and you begin to make your way off into the direction. And, you know, between the lot of you, you know that this trek back home, it's going to take about 2 weeks to get there. And
Wait, is Zora going along with us?
oh yeah, Zorak's sticking with you. He's indifferent and kind of want to see this thing to the end. So, thank you so much for watching this episode of Tales of the Valiant with the Everside Questers Bravo team. If you like what you've seen, go ahead and drop a like, throw a comment in the comment section, and subscribe to see more crazy antics and other adventures for the group here. If you want to see more campaign antics and silliness from my group and our campaigns in any TTRPG that we offer here on the channel, go ahead and click on one of these links here and enjoy yourselves. Until then, we'll see you next time.